the well, there's a wonderful example, right? We would take the temple of God,
Yeah.
since we saw the symbolism of the ISS and its shape matching an ancient god
Right.
whom used to have a temple. Artemis had a
Little G
temple.
God. Yep.
Yeah, in fact, there was like I reviewed in my Vesican Babylon series in ancient Macedonia and ancient Greece. There was and Turkey. There was an festivals they had to Artemis, where runners would run up to the top and try to be blessed by the gods, and there was involved horrific things.
Yeah.
So Artemis had her own festival. She had her own temples as well, just same as Diana and Isis.
Mhm.
So imagine the practical concept of the creator of heaven and earth has a house that he calls a tabernacle, sometimes called a temple.
Yeah.
And he has these servants inside this house that go, and they're like his amazing cooks. They've done really well. The reason when they got this job is they were supposed to know that behavior that he talked about, and they're supposed to do it really well. And that allowed them to know kind of the father's to know the father, right? To have a good feel for the father, so they could be trusted to work in his house and make his meals for him.
Yeah.
Because you want the people, like if you're the king, you want people you trust making meals for you.
Yeah.
Well, how do you gain someone's trust other than practically showing them that you can understand their behavior and adopt their behavior, right? That
Right.
means you're loyal to them. So these loyal ministers who understood his behavior and adopted it, they came into his house. They were trusted to make meals for him. It was a practical example to everyone in the ancient world that this guy was real, and this is a practical way to live your life in accordance with this theology. Now, NASA teaches us their theology is about exploring to find answers for meaning, while they simultaneously align all of their imagery and the houses they make with false gods, gods that practice murder, death, cheating, killing, cannibalism, infanticide, all
The
kinds of
opposite of
horrific things.
peace.
The
Right.
opposite of good behavior, right? And preaching a continued narrative of a supernova of the sun, heat death in 200,000 years, as well as you're insignificant, you have no meaning, you were created by stardust, which means you have no meaning of origination or purpose, and therefore, why would morals matter? We just need to find knowledge. We just need to put more money into these fake scenarios so that we can go further into a place that you can never validate they went, to find some sort of answer for you, like growing lettuce 5 different times in space, right? And that's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. It reminds me
so
of Gnosticism, right? A focus on knowledge rather
that's
than destruction.
exactly the theology that they're masking. It
Hmm.
is Gnosticism, where you have to go further to escape the reality you're in so that you can become enlightened, get further to the stars. Well, like it's literally a competing theology, to where they've built practical effects to match their theology, but all of it is not based off observable reality of you and I interacting and showing each other love and having a hopeful purpose that our creator will actually come and hang out with us and allow us to hang out with him, and we can have a good time.
Yeah.
We don't have to
On
worry
the
about
contrary,
impending doom, no meteorites,
exactly.
no asteroids.
Right. On the contrary, they want to take away from the purpose and the significance by having you believe that you live in an ever expanding vacuum,
Right.
infinite potential for other life forms on other worlds that are also zooming around in the darkness of space. That it makes us an infinitesimally small, speck of
Yeah.
dust amidst it all.
So if you're new to this show, or to the idea of Christianity or what it teaches, or the idea of the scriptures and as a whole, and you're wondering how are these guys talking about all this scientific stuff, reviewing these clips and breaking them down and acting like it's all a forgery, it's a fakery, and then they're talking about the Bible stuff. What are these zealous weirdos? Guys, this is observable life. We was talking about real science tonight that you can observe and test, and how it disproves what these liars are lying to you about. So what else comes with that observable reality is that you were created for the purpose, and that there's a creator that loves you on purpose.
Yeah.
So practice his behavior, watch your heart change and expand, and anticipate his promise that he's going to come hang out with you in the future and get rid of all these liars, because there's a ticking time clock for the liars, and they will be getting rid of. Like, that's a part of the rest of the story that we don't have time to go into right now.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're not just showing these clips just to have a good time and make jokes about them. We're showing you a competing theology, a competing worldview. We're showing you that these people are creating an entire mental framework for which they want you to view your life and existence. They're
Yeah.
trying to insert their theological mindset into your heart and your understanding. And the scriptures have a completely different narrative that can actually be tested and observed. And this is the part that, we try to lovingly, wake people up, that they live moment, right? To get the glasses on them, be like, look, you can actually test and observe the goodness of God. You can do the commandments and see that it's real.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? The things he says he created, we've been showing you with multiple 36 episodes how you can test and observe these things. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? So that's our heart for this whole concept, is not just to sit
100%.
up here and laugh at the guys on wires and the green screen glitches. That's easy. But like we're trying to help you break through the brainwashing because you've been sold a different theology. And you think you may be atheist or agnostic, and you think you may be above religion because you think it's silly. You've literally been sold a religion your entire life with movies, books, music, when you think you live in a ball in space. So
Exactly.
I encourage you, check out the Bible, continue watching the rest of our shows, give your heart to Jesus. He's the Messiah. He's the high priest of the covenant.
Amen.
And that's the only way that you're going to understand things that you can actually observe and test and look forward to a hopeful future.
And I'm out.
That's
No.